Hello, welcome. I'm Pluviettex, and today we are going to be making a microhome for my Generation 1 sim. I have recently started playing the Whimsy Stories Legacy Challenge on my channel. If you have been watching, I would love to hear what you think, and I hope you are enjoying watching Ross's life develop. If you haven't and want to, I will include the playlist on the screen now. Since this house is for the Whimsy Stories Challenge, let's read the description for Generation 1 and the rules. Without a home, but not without love. Our story begins as most stories do, with endurance. You are homeless. You've gone out into the world with nothing but a tent and a dream. As a child, you never had your own home. You were bounced from place to place, always dreaming of a suburban home to call your own, with a family of your own. As you have since you were a young child, you long for a life of normalcy. You are tired of everything around you being turbulent and broken, so you search for joy in the mundane. Life is lonely at first, but fortunately, you find love with another homeless sim. You have nothing, but it feels like absolutely everything with your partner by your side. You are carefree, nature-loving, and a naive dreamer. Some may call you a hippie, but you just call yourself happy. From the ground up, you create candles, fabricate your own furniture, and search dumpsters to make it by. Eventually, you have a home of your own, built by your own two hands. A tiny home. Not only is it a tiny home, but it is a suburban tiny home. Your dream is finally realized. You will stay in this comfy, small, shoebox-sized home for the rest of your life, growing in your garden, raising your children, and selling the things you make for an income at the local markets. So here are the goals for Generation 1. Find love whilst homeless, which we have done. If you haven't watched the last episode, I will not spoil it for you, but I am really happy about who Ross chose. We dated, I think, like 6 guys, but she fell in love with 2, and we have been trying to figure out which one we want to marry. I was really tossed because out of the final 2, one had better traits for the challenge. They were more family-oriented and kind of like the boy next door. But there was one sim who she wanted and wanted her more than any other, and I'm really happy that they ended up getting together. We also have to name all of our children after nature, live in a micro home until we are an adult, then progress to a tiny home, and get 3 tattoos. We currently do not have any children, but she is pregnant, much to my dismay. I didn't want her to get pregnant so soon because we cannot get a bigger house until she is an adult, and pregnancies don't age. But when she has her child, and I'm saying child because I refuse to have twins, or triplets for that matter, I refuse. After we give birth, we will name the child after nature. I literally have no clue about what to name the baby, but I'm thinking floral names because we've got flower tattoos with Discover University, and I want to get a tattoo for every child that we have, so I know she will at least have 3 children. I didn't know she was pregnant whilst building this micro home, so we'll probably just put the newborn outside. I also was a bit confused as of what a suburban house was, as I've only heard American people say it. But from my understanding, a suburban house looks like other houses in the neighborhood, so you can see me throughout the video looking at the surrounding houses to make sure it fit in, as much as a smaller version of a house can. But yes, so to make sure that it fits in with the neighborhood, I did make a false top, so it was the same height roughly, but it is 32 tiles, so don't worry about that. Okay, back to the rules. We have to master the fabrication, handiness, and wellness skills, but as I do not have spa day, I am using the gardening skill, which I think is very similar to wellness, as they are both relaxing and zen for most people, and Ross has to have a healthy garden anyway as part of the rules. We must be a plant parent, which is going to be really difficult for a micro home because there's really not enough space, but I think I combated that by making the garden full of plants. I I end up using a winged llama plants from their various CC packs. FYI, this garden took me so long to make just because I did not know what to do. You can see me struggling to lay out the garden. I honestly felt like I've never seen a garden before because I couldn't figure out which way I wanted the garden to look. But I think the build turns out really well. That basket of mushrooms is CC from my Shuno-san Herbalist CC pack, I believe. I keep on getting distracted. We already have the Loves the Outdoors and Freakin' traits. We are self-employed with the freelance Simply Crafted career. We rarely wear makeup and love to dress casually. We are also on our way to complete the maker aspiration. So with the love to dress casually part of the challenge, it was kind of easy to do because I only gave Ross like her 5 variations of clothing. So she had a jacket, a jumper, a t-shirt, a t-shirt, jeans and jogging bottoms. So I just used different varieties of that. These purple mushrooms, they are debug items from the Realm of Magic pack, but I also found beige mushrooms from Discover University. But now you can see me putting in a winged llama plant. I think they just fit so well with the boho theme that I was going for, and yeah, I think it turns out really nice. I might put one in the bedroom just so we can have one more, but we don't really have space for it. I also used a winged llama plant on the pergola outside, and that is in a winged llama love seat. I believe it's called the Cane Love Seat, and the pillows are from a winged llama as well. I will be posting the CC that I use on my Tumblr. My name is Pluviettex, which is just my YouTube name with an X at the end. So it'll be easier to find all the CC that I use in my game. As you can see, I am comparing the house we're building to the one next door. I think it looks very similar. I'm really happy with how the pergola turned out. I just used columns, the Blooming Runes CC from Winged Llama, and the lanterns are from Seasons. This did take me a while to do, so I tried to cut it down as much as possible. To make this pergola and the rest of the build, I did use the bb.moveObjects cheats and bb.showLiveEdit objects. And now I am adding fences now I'm adding debug fences. I originally used these ones, but I realized that I didn't like them, and so I'm using the ones from Get Together Debug. I do this in every one of my builds. I love this. I love to do this. I think it just makes the lot seem a lot bigger than it is, than if you actually used normal fences. But I just think it makes it look bigger so that you technically have more space, as well as having the illusion of a fence. And And for Generation 1, the whole point is that she has like a tiny suburban home and she has a white picket fence, so I really want to do it. And I like how it kind of created an alleyway leading into the house, so I thought that was really cool. But yeah, we are in Evergreen Harbour for Generation 1. I must say that I have really enjoyed playing with Eco Lifestyle. I haven't played with it in a while, and typically when I do play, it's in the apartments in Grimm's Quarry. But I remember when I just got this pack and I loved playing in Port Promise, in the exact lot that we start this series off as sort of a homage to previous me. But since then we have moved to Conifer Station. I moved here because I've never played in this neighborhood, and I never realized how much I was missing out because it's actually such a beautiful neighborhood. I love the train station just there. I think it's so cute. And funnily enough, this neighborhood has more dumpsters, just like dumpsters placed in the neighborhood than Port Promise. I think it's like 1 or 2 extra. But I was like, this would have been a perfect place to start. But I'm so glad that we started in Port Promise because it kind of makes sense that she had to work her way up into a better neighborhood. I also wanted to play in Conifer Station because this neighborhood has the smallest lot in the whole world, 20 by 15. I thought that because Ross didn't have a lot of money, she would get the smallest lot, and I feel like the smallest lot would be most available just to like nudge her and get her foot into a better neighborhood. So I think it worked out anyway. But what I am thinking is that once we have gotten older and expanded our family and our house, we will move to the last neighborhood in Evergreen Harbour, Grimm's Quarry. I think that would be really cool just to have an experience of living in every part of the world, but I won't do that until we've made Conifer Station green. We did make Port Promise, where we lived before, green before we left, and I kind of want to do the same thing with Conifer Station. I think right now it is neutral, but I want to turn it into green, and then we'll settle down in Grimm's Quarry. Can I just say that I really enjoyed decorating this lot. These are all debug flowers and plants. The purple flowers are from Discover University. But yeah, Discover University has a lot of things. The lavender bush, the lavender hedges, those yellow flowers, and also the white ones are from base game. But I love these hydrangeas and I think they just really fit, and I like the mix between blue and purple. I think it just tied in really well, and I'm gonna start using those those werewolf lights all the time. This lot did take me a second to get it done because I was just making sure that Ross had enough money and was building, and I just kind of wanted to learn more about Ross's character more before I obviously make her house. But yeah, I highly recommend University Debug. I think that's a really good thing. I have really been enjoying playing Whimsy Stories. I think it's such a cool challenge, and I'm really glad that I've gotten a chance to fall in love with Evergreen Harbour and Eco Lifestyle Pack all over again. So I'm really happy about that, and I am absolutely in love with our sim. Her name is Roisin Hawthorne, and I just really love her character. She is supposed to be very naive, and a bit of context for her backstory is that her parents were always arguing from as long as she can remember, and she just didn't want that. She wanted something more normal and stable, and when she was a child, her mother actually abandoned her, and so she kind of had to become the parent for her parent, her dad, who she ran away from. I don't feel like she ran away. I think she just finally was like, you know what, I'm old enough, I'm gonna do me and like start anew. I have really been enjoying playing the Whimsy Stories challenge. I love how Generation 1 with Rush has given me the opportunity to fall in love with eco lifestyle all over again, and I'm looking forward to exploring more of the pack and just seeing how Ross's life develops. So we have finished this build. Obviously we will continue building onto it through Ross's life. If you have liked this video, please let me know by liking and commenting down below. This is my first build video, so let me know if you like me just talking at you, or if you would prefer just music next time. Let me know. And if you have been watching the series, I'd love to know what you think about who Ross chose, if you saw it coming or if it was completely unexpected. Have a good one. Bye.